Hey there everybody, this is Ed and welcome back to another edition of Bagel and Booze. As you know, we're in the middle of Decem-Beer, and as I said, I had a lead in my last episode about a beer advent calendar and was able to successfully track it down. Lead paid out and we were able to procure one. So we're going to be going through that, hopefully try to get through it all during this month. A little behind. We're at the 6th and haven't started on it yet, so we got to make up for lost time. Not that I'm going to turn down chance to drink out beer, but we'll try to do our best to get through it. What we found was it is the, I got look at here, I have it. It is the Craft Collab 24 Beers of Cheer. It is Anheuser-Busch InBev, the big bad company, but it is 9 of their breweries under the Anheuser-Busch craft brewery arm. The breakdown that we get off of this guy is we have 8 IPAs. You know, we know I'm not the biggest IPA fan. 5 of them are hazy, so that should hopefully ease my palate a little bit. 3 are miscellaneous. We got 5 amber ales. We got 2 porters and stout. Actually, 1 porter, 1 stout. We got 2 sours, 3 lagers and blonde ale, and 4 wheat beers. If I do my math correctly, that should hopefully total up to 24. So we're going to go through these guys and we're going to sample them out. And I got 2 that have been we cracked open. I want to try to do a kind of a opening here on camera, but this box is huge.
That's what she said. Or he said.
It just doesn't fit in my studio here, so we're gonna have to do the next best thing, and we'll just have to drink them. Interested, excited to kind of try the beer box. It's going to be definitely stuff that I have not tried. I think maybe one Kona is probably the only one that I've really kind of tried out of this from the Anheuser-Busch craft beers, if you want to call them that. So it'll be interesting. So we're going to take the journey. You know, we'll use that during the rest of the month, and we'll use that to, you know, do our reviews, and we're going to find some good ones in there. I'm sure we're going to find some bad ones. I already saw we got 2 sours. You know, my IPAs, you know, sours and IPAs definitely are not my forte, so we'll see what we get. Maybe we'll get some hits. Maybe we'll get some misses. You know, who's been naughty, who's been nice, we'll find out. Try them out. You know, we'll flash up what we got coming out off of for drinking. And like I said, we were going to pull 2. I'm just going to go right through the box in the order. We'll start top left to get down to the bottom right. And our first 2 that we have coming up from Goose Island is their Christmas IPA, and the other one is from Four Peaks and is their Kilt Lifter Scotch Style Amber Ale. These probably at first glance seem like the 2 most complete opposite types of beer styles to try, but there is actually a little bit of synchronicity between them. I had to go back into my resources and look up, you know, exactly what is Scotch ale, because I have not had one in a long time. But this is definitely a style that is known for its super malty, rich caramel flavors with kind of a toasty malt to it. And then this Christmas IPA from Goose Island, the way that they describe it on their site, it is a malt forward citrus pine notes with caramel. So right there, that kind of, you know, brings them together. So we have the kind of the caramel, I guess, overtone and the maltiness to the 2. So at first, when I looked at them, figured there could be 2 complete opposite guys that we have out there. But believe it or not, they should hopefully work.
I drink and I know things.
First beer for that we're going to try out of the box is Goose Island Christmas IPA, and we'll go ahead and fire up the beer can because this can actually does show up on beer cam, unlike some of the others. We'll see if I try to do the Kilt ale. It doesn't show because it's got a lot of silver into it, but this guy shows up pretty good, so you can kind of see nice sweater looking type can that we've got going on. So we're gonna go ahead, we'll crack this off. It's honest, it's festily smooth. We're clocking in at a 7.5 ABV. So let's go ahead. We'll get her fired up and we'll get it tested. So give it a nice pour. Up. We got our can back there. Get our beer. So we kind of get a nice amber-ness to it. You know, nice and clear. Nice clear amber beer that we have going off of that. So definitely do get that caramel smell off of that. Definitely get that kind of malty, you know, just kind of just that just kind of malt flavor. I don't know how to best describe it, but we'll go ahead and give it a taste. So we definitely get the oh, it is giving me that hop profile for the IPA, but it's not too bad. It's actually pretty good. Um, you know, they're telling me it's supposed to have like a stone fruit and a caramel flavor. Definitely, we get the caramel coming in off of that from the coloring. You know, it's fairly smooth, not too terrible. You know, I guess in the grand scheme of things, you know, we'll give it a three. Um, you know, and either hate it, you know, don't hate it, don't, you know, it's middle of the road for me. Um, in the grand scheme of IPAs, it's drinkable to me. So, you know, take it at what it's worth. So we can handle it. You know, if it was sitting at a Christmas party and it was there to drink, yeah, I'm not gonna turn it down. You know, I will sample it out. You know, definitely you know won't pass it up. If there's other stuff out there, I'd probably reach for that first. You know, as far as coming to like Christmas beers, you know, there's a litany of stuff out there that could probably go through prior to this one. But again, as overall beer, it's drinkable, can handle it. Um, it's got that IPA characteristic to me. You know, it's got kind of that. That's the what I was looking for, kind of that soapiness um, that I come to associate with IPAs. I guess the soapiness is really that pine coming through. It's taking a while for it to come through. I was trying to put my finger onto what it was, and then it just kind of hit me in that last swig as to what it was off of that. So, but they say if you need a pairing for this guy with all the beers, they give us recommended pairings. This apparently is going with cheese and ham. They recommend for a ham sandwich a croque monsieur, which for those that don't know, it's a fancy. I would look at it as a fancy grilled cheese made with ham and typically Gruyere cheese, and then also goes with good old mac and cheese. So you know, I guess sitting around eating some mac and cheese, you got the perfect beer to go with it. So we'll go ahead, we'll finish this guy off, and then we'll get set up for our next one from Four Peaks, and we'll try that guy out. So we're back with our second beer. I got the beer all out, and we will go ahead and fire up the beer can for this because did a little quick view and it doesn't look too bad. You can kind of see the can off of this, but what we got, as I said, we have from Four Peaks, we have their Kilt Lifter. It is their Scottish style ale. Four Peaks is out of Tempe, Arizona, and this clocks in at a 6%. So it's not going to be too heavy. You know, they're telling us, just as we said, it's malty, toasted, and made with love. Who doesn't like any beer with made with love? So we're going to head. We'll get this guy cracked open, and we'll go ahead and get that tasted and see how this one shapes up. See if it pairs well, matches up with our Christmas IPA, which, as we was a little soapy for us, but this is setting up very nice. Nice good pour off of this guy. Get the can there. We'll try to get that view a little bit better. There we go. That displays a little bit better. So you can see this is much darker than we had on our other one. The other one was a lot more caramel colored. This one's, there, but it's much darker brown. Um, we'll give it the old sniff test. Getting getting some of that caramel. Get a little bit of the toastiness that's coming from there. Um, it's not a bad beer. Uh, it's very smooth, very drinkable. That definitely is, I guess, in comparison to drinking our IPA first. I don't know which would have been better of drinking this or drinking, you know, how that would have impacted the rating of the IPA. But this guy on its own, definitely pleasantly surprised with it. I know we're going to get some hits and misses out of this box of beer, but this one definitely is going to be on the hit side. I like it. It fits into some of that profile, of the kind of the darker beers that I will drink. Um, I'm not getting anything really overt. Just trying to get a sniff test off of it to see if I get anything overt. As far as the flavor profile, but it's very well balanced. You know, it's not very heavy, definitely not light. But I guess for what they tell us, this goes well with barbecue. Um, didn't say what type of barbecue, but we'll assume pork barbecue since our other one was ham on for its preferred meat of choice. But this guy definitely, you know, it worked. Um, there's not much more I could say off of this. We'll give it as far as rating. You know, definitely is higher up on the scale than the IPA. We'll give this one. We'll give it a 4. I'd almost border 4.5. There's not much you can find wrong with it. Yeah, it gives us a good mouthfeel that we get off of this nice kind of full-bodied beer. It does very well. You know, Definitely sippable. We can handle it. So we'll go ahead and we'll finish this off. Army. That's done. I'm done. We're done. And we'll go ahead and we'll catch you for our next set of beers out of our big box of beer for Decem-Beer. So thanks guys for tuning in. We'll catch you later.